move in Bitcoin then, in contrast to all the notes I wrote pre-show, which were telling me that this was going to put Bitcoin under pressure.
The narrative that perhaps this launch of these political meme coins will sap flows from Bitcoin is showing us that is really not the case this morning. If anything, it's just accelerated the momentum and the excitement around cryptocurrency under another Trump administration. But that Trump coin this weekend...
Hello?
Yes, Dewald. I was just wondering, what's all the hype about? Should I buy Bitcoin now?
Yes, I think you need to start watching my show. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Go, go. Yeah, I think you need to watch my show.
What is up, legends? What a wild intro here. Let's go, let's go. Right, legends, let me just switch on my studio light over here so you guys can look me in the eye. What is happening here with this beautiful intro song that was playing? And right, we've got the normal music now here in the background. Legends, I'm just having fun playing around. Hope you guys enjoyed that little bit of a new intro song that my brother built for me in a matter of a couple of hours, right? Dewald, should I be buying Bitcoin now? No, you should be watching my show where we provide the best technical analysis, education so that you can trade the market successfully. You can take those small losses and big profits in the bag. Right, legends, welcome to another live stream. Remember to smash up the like, hit subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Let's analyze the price of Bitcoin here together. We can look at our favorite altcoins. We took a massive dump here to the downside. We broke out of the damn triangle. Okay, we broke out of this triangle over here, fell to the downside, and is this the low, right, legends? Now that's the question. Is this the low, or are we going to take it again and maybe get a recovery bounce here to the upside? There's a specific level that I'm watching, and if that level gets tapped, oh, it's going to be game on. It's going to be game on. Hi, Dewald. Your intros are getting better and better. Yes, I try my best. I try my best. Let me go through the comment section, say hi to the beautiful community over here. Okay, let's go. Right. Chat is now open to everyone. Stefa, hi, Dewald, the legend himself. Stefa1, welcome to the live stream. Great to see you here. Abbas, hi, Dewald. Really like your video posters, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I do spend a lot of time putting my thumbnails together. You know, I think technical analysis uses the technical side of my brain, and that is why I do the music and with the help of my brother, and the thumbnails, because it uses the creative side of my brain. So it's nice to use both sides of your brain with the work that you do. Right. GG cutest girls, welcome. I know you are the Bearish person, always here in the live stream. Let's see. Gillian, hi, Dewald. Who else have we got here? Right. I mean, I can put the comments on here so you guys can see who I'm looking at. Misha, if I can't pronounce your names correctly, at least your comments are here on the screen. Welcome to the live stream. Roman, welcome. Mr. Junior, hi, Dewald and legends. Remember, strategy over emotion, patience over panic. Stick to your plan and let the profits follow. Let's go, smash the like. Yes. Wow, what wise words from Mr. Junior here. He's also a member of our Legends Pro community. If you would like to join the Legends Pro community, where myself and Andy and the coaches provide education on a daily basis, trading setups and research, and just so much more, legends. Mr. MK Alexander, morning friends. Like Dewald is improving his streams. Oh my God. Right, Ziggy. Like the wicked intro. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That intro will improve. That is Guys, that is the raw version of the intro that I've just played over here. So my brother did tell me he still needs to put the mastering in place. He still wants to clean it up and make it a little bit more creative. So I told him I'm just going to play this one that he sent me on WhatsApp just to see the reaction. And so far it's been good. Right. What is going on? Well, I just played a nice little intro song there. Okay. He will have 1 million subscribers, won't replay to our messages anymore. Yeah, I mean, if I get to 1 million subscribers, it's going to be difficult to read through everyone's comments. But while I'm still small, I can still give everyone the love and attention that they deserve. Love the intro, needs smoking socks. Yes, I think I actually need to tell my brother to put smoking socks in the song as well. Are you smoking your socks, right? I think that would actually be cool. I need to put that into my song as well. Right, Gillian, what is happening over there? Amazon intro, amazing intro, Amazon intro, amazing intro, big up you. Thank you so much. Right, let me love it. Prarit, welcome to the live stream. Elizabeth, hi Dewald, what a day. Cool intro. Thank you so much. Well, thanks for joining. Let's dive. Let's dive in here. Let me just see what else am I missing. Hi, Dewald. Your intros are getting better and better. Thank you so much, Mr. Crypto Big Brains, one of the mods in the house. As always, appreciate your support. ID, Striker, Hi, Dewald, and Legends, Gillian. Okay, and so the comments just go on. I can't get through all the comments, Legends. I can't just get through all the comments. Hi, Dewald. I'm in a short from 101.8. Okay, $101,000, 800. Right. Okay, almost to your entry price. Should I already put it to B? My stop is above the current high. Okay, we will analyze the price of Bitcoin here in a moment, so stay tuned and we will dive through some technical analysis. Nice intro. Okay, right. Like M on YouTube, welcome to the live stream. Let me remove the comments over here and let's get into the technical analysis. Okay. Legends, remember to smash up the like on your way in. Let's dive through the technical analysis. Look at your favorite altcoins. We can look at liquidity. We can look at CVD. And right, we got a dump here to the downside, but it's not just lost for the bulls just as yet. You can see that we have broken this trend over here on the 4-hour time frame. We've successfully broken out, and we have not gained acceptance back inside this trend. So from a simplicity perspective, one could argue that this is still a successful breakout and this is a retest. Okay, and as long as price does not get acceptance back inside this trend, and what I mean by acceptance, Legends, is if price had to come down and you start closing high time frame candles like a 4-hour and 1-hour time frame candles below the trend, okay, then you are getting acceptance back underneath the trend, and that is a bearish sign. It is quite normal for price to dip below and leave a wick behind where the body, okay, closes above, but the wick closes below. That is normal, and that is not acceptance back below the trend. That is in fact still a bullish sign. Okay, but there's a specific level that I'm watching over here, right, Legends, where, okay, it might be game on for the bulls. The low might be in, or are we looking at a different scenario? So, Legends, for now, from a simplicity perspective, we have broken out. We are still above trend. So the bulls are still in control, even with the dump here to the downside that saw the altcoin market bleed double-digit figures today, right? I see, between 10 and 15 and 20%, the altcoins has absolutely just smashed to the downside. And we have to remember, if Bitcoin takes a dump and dominance goes up, okay, that is the worst recipe for altcoins to bleed to the downside. Okay. Bitcoin goes down, dominance goes up, altcoins bleed like you've seen today. Okay, if Bitcoin goes up and dominance goes down, that is the best recipe that you want to see. like what's happening at the moment. Bitcoin is consolidating here at the moment. Okay, on the smaller time frame, let's go on to the 1 hour time frame. Bitcoin is consolidating and dominance is dropping, which means that the love and some of the money is flowing back into the alt ecosystem. Okay, legends, the legend. The level. Hello, Dewald and Legends. I look at the altcoin portfolio and I'm scared. Yes, I actually got stopped out of one more swing trade this morning or last night. I can't remember when the dump happened, but I woke up this morning and I saw that I was stopped out of one of my swing trades, AR. I was stopped out of my swing trade, and now it looks like it has so far a successful swing failure pattern from the low, but I still have my spot bag. In AR, but you're right, Legends, that's part of the game. Some you win, some you don't, and it's about getting stopped out with money that you were prepared to lose because you made peace with the fact that if you're going to get stopped out, okay, it's not going to kill your portfolio. Right, and I've also been buying a little bit this morning, okay, full disclosure, I have been buying a little bit of my favorite altcoins because that's what I do as a technical trader. When I see a dump, when I see fear, when I see people are too scared and people are crying and they're cashing out their altcoin portfolios because they can't take the losses anymore, I have to buy the fear. That's part of my trading strategy. I buy the fear, especially from a spot bag perspective. Okay, I will explain through when I go through some of the altcoins in terms of where do I plan to open up some more swing trades again. Okay, I still have a couple of swing trades running. That's not stopped out, where I also added ever so slightly this morning. Right, Legends, the one thing I want to highlight over here, remember to smash up that like button, Legends, is that for momentum to continue in a certain direction, you have to build impulses in that direction. Okay, so for the moment, one could argue that we have an impulsive wave here to the upside. Okay, where you can, however you want to count this wave, you can count a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can count 5 waves in this structure, which looks nice, impulsive here to the upside. Yes, I still have my layer bag. Okay, I still have my layer bag. We can go and analyze layer in a moment when I go through some of our favorite altcoins. Right, I am keeping an eye on the comments as they come through, so sometimes I do get a bit distracted, so apologies, Legends. I can count an impulse here to the upside, okay? However you want to count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, maybe ABC, and this is a 1, 2, 1, 2. However you want to count this, I can count an impulse to the upside. So the upside is not the problem, okay? For me at the moment, it's this momentum that's the problem. Because if price is going to fall to lower levels, like below $90,000, you need to start building impulses to the downside. Okay, you need to form a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC, and you continue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the downside. In order to get to the downside, you have to build impulses. In order to get to the upside, you have to build impulses. Now this is where the problem lies. I cannot count impulses to the downside. Okay. First rule, or one of the rules in Elliott wave theory, if this is a 1, 2, and this is a third wave, an impulsive wave that we're building to the downside, where you now want to see, okay, downwards momentum, is that there is way too little volume in this third wave. Okay, look at this. Way too little volume. Your third waves has the most amount of volume. That is an impulsive third wave to the downside. You want to see volume increasing. Okay, look at this. Look at this. We had way more volume over here, but in the impulsive wave to the downside, you have less volume. So that's a problem. Okay, from an Elliott wave perspective, that can like to be a little bit of a problem. Second problem that I spot over here is that in a 1, 2, 3 to the downside, you're not allowed. A second wave, okay, is not allowed to be a triangle. Not allowed to. It can be a contracting diagonal to the upside or to the downside, which this is clearly not, but it's not allowed to be a triangle in a second wave. Okay, second wave can only be in a fourth wave or in an X, right? If I remember correctly. But I do know that a triangle is not allowed in a second wave. Then what you want to see is when you take a Fibonacci from the high to the lowest point in this structure, okay, right over there, to the highest point in this structure, where I'm now speculating, well, if we're going to continue to the downside, you have to build 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's a problem. The third wave is shorter than the first wave. This little wave here to the downside did not even tap the 1-to-1 extension, and it's most common that a third wave taps the 1.618. So it should have, okay, if this happened and it dumped here to the downside and it tapped the 0.618, I would have said, ooh, okay, we're in trouble, because now you would have had acceptance back inside the trend as well. So, legends, I hope you see the picture that I'm trying to paint over here. Unfortunately, nothing's ever guaranteed in the market, but it is weird for impulses to continue to the downside and for us to go and tap $85,000 and go and claim this low over here. Okay, I cannot see an impulsive structure forming. That is a little bit of a problem for the bears. Okay, so it leads me to draw the conclusion, okay, that whatever happened here was impulsive to the upside. And whatever is happening here is corrective, which means that this is correcting the impulse, which is not allowed to take the low, and we are going to find support at some stage, and we are going to continue the momentum to the upside to go and claim the high before we claim the low. And legends, it's all just based on a game of probabilities, and that is all what trading is at the end of the day. If you are able to identify a trade that has a 70% probability of playing out in your favor, that is the trades that we take as technical traders, because you're playing a game of probabilities. If there's a higher probability that price is going to move in your favor, you can enter that trade with good risk management. If there's a low probability, if there was a clear impulse forming here to the downside, we tap the 1.618, and you are looking for longs over here, and you have your TP, or your profit taking above this high, that is a low probability trade. It's not to say that it can't play out, but you're playing against the odds. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, what I'm trying to explain over here is that trading is about playing with probabilities, and it's about looking for the trades that has a higher probability of playing in your favor. That is what I call smart trading. Okay, so now legends, we have broken here to the downside, which on low volume, like this is really low volume. For this breakout here to the downside, we really smashed down with very low volume. Okay, which is concerning for the bears, but good news potentially for the bulls. Okay, because if this was a 1, 2, 3, like an impulsive wave here to the downside, like it doesn't make sense from a volume perspective. You want to see volume kicking in. You want to see weakness on CVD. You want to see selling pressure starting to aggressively kick in. And I'm just not seeing it at the moment. And what I'm seeing is purely based on technical analysis, not because I want Bitcoin to go up. It's because the technicals are showing me that there's clues that potentially the probabilities are higher to take the high before we take the low. Okay, based on all the factors that I've just explained here at the moment. Right, legends. Also, remember, down in the description, if you'd like to come and trade with me. Okay, because some people still ask me, Dewald, where is the week's link? Dewald, where is your community link? Right, I'm showing you now because I get this question for some reason quite often. You go down in the description, you select more. It opens up the description. I'm going to zoom in so you can see what I'm showing you. First link down in the description is weeks, where you get up to one of the biggest sign-up bonuses at the moment, and you get 50% off your trading fees by using my link. All you need is an email and a password to sign up, and I've also got Bluffin. All you need is an email and a password. So these two exchanges are my two favorite exchanges from a day trading perspective. That's where I day trade, and that's where I build up some of my swing positions as well. Right, then I've got the community link down here where you can join our Legends Pro community on Discord, where myself and Andy provides daily trading setups. We've got coaches. We provide loads of education. You have access to Andy's masterclass, right, that teaches you everything that you need to know about trading. Okay, so that's basically how the description works. Right, legends, the level that I'm watching over here, and then I'll dive through some more comments. I do know that you all have a lot of altcoin requests because people want to know, are they safe? Can we expect more momentum to the downside? Okay, I did warn people about XRP. I'm not sure if XRP, I haven't actually looked at XRP, but I have made a short about XRP. I've spoken about XRP, and I did tell everyone you're buying at a very dangerous level if you are planning to invest. Okay, by all means, knock your socks off and go and trade it from a day trading perspective. But let's analyze now this local structure over here. I want to look at this structure over here, legends. This is now the interesting structure that we are forming here to the downside. And what I'm kind of seeing over here is the following. Just want to see if I do have it, okay? I do see the formation of a potential WXY corrective structure here to the downside, and the more candles we have, the more candles, and I call it data, the more data I have, the more accurate the Elliott wave count becomes. Okay. So what I'm seeing here, legends, is this is potentially the top. Okay, this is potentially the top. I don't want to call this the top because I cannot count 5 waves in this structure to the upside. I do see a lot of people are saying, no, this is the end of the impulse. I struggle to call this the end of the impulse because I cannot count 5 waves in this move to the upside. So this to me still looks very corrective, of which this is the top. Okay, but regardless of where you put the top, okay, this is potentially a ABC in a W, okay, another double zigzag, whatever you want to call it, in an X, and now we are completing a Y wave. So the Y wave is either in at the moment, or it still needs to create one more leg to the downside. Okay, let me explain. And there's a key level that I'm watching, because a Y wave, okay, you guys know I've been talking about these little Y waves for very long. Okay, that little Y wave over there, they are extremely complex. Okay, they can end in a triangle, they can end in a flat, they can end in a 3-wave structure, and they can end in 5-wave structures. It's very complex. So my hunch this morning, okay, was that maybe we are forming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a Y wave, which then completes the corrective structure in a WXY. Okay, and now there's a clue that I'm watching over here. Okay, specifically more over here. There's a clue that I'm watching over here, and I don't think we have tapped that level just as yet. I have, in fact, entered a small little short. Let me see if that trade is still open. Okay, I've already taken some profits. Let me do this. Oops. Okay, I need to stop dropping the mic. Okay, I need to stop dropping the mic. Let me just put it back to where it needs to be. Try this again. Okay, right, there we go. I have actually entered a short. I'll explain to you guys now why I entered the short. Okay, small little scalp. I get in, I get out, take my profits, and I run. Right, and I've already taken majority of the profits. I'm just leaving some of the position open to see, well, if we do get further momentum to the downside to at least come and claim the low, I want to take advantage of the move. Okay, so legends, why did I take the short on weeks? Okay, first link down in the description. Why did I take the short? Okay, entry price 101,771. 101,771, right? Round about there. That is where I took the short with my stop above the high, and now my position is protected. Okay, so let me zoom into this structure. Okay, so let's go on to the 15-minute time frame and show you what I am looking at. Right, so I'm now psychoanalyzing this little structure here to the downside on the 15-minute time frame. I don't really like to go lower than the 15-minute time frame. It is my favorite lowest time frame that I like to trade on. So I am speculating, well, what if this is, it's either an ABC and it's done, a three-wave structure in a Y to complete the Y wave, or it's a 1, 2, 3, we're building a 4, and we're still coming back for a fifth wave to the downside. Okay, so I'm still keeping an eye open on this little wave to the downside, and this is why I'm still leaving a portion of my week's trade open here at the moment. So for those of you that has been following me for a while, you know exactly what I'm about to do. Okay, fourth wave, you take your Fibonacci from number 2, that little pivot over there, to the low that we've made. Okay, and this is actually a trading setup that we spoke about inside of our Legends Pro community this morning. This is a trading setup that I highlighted, is to say that Legends, if we're forming a 1, 2, 3 and we're building a 4 and we're still going to come down for a fifth wave, okay, between the 0.382 and the 50% Fibonacci is where you want to see the rejection. It has to be in this zone so that this can still be a valid fourth wave. As soon, okay, this is the clue. As soon as we tap the 0.618 over here, probabilities significantly increases, okay, that you are going to, even with a rejection, find upwards momentum and invalidate another leg to the downside, where the Y wave is then ended in a 3-wave structure and not in a 5-wave structure. So this is why this level at $102,000, 513 is so important, and we didn't hit it just as yet. Okay, so the bears still have a chance for another leg to the downside. Okay, so maybe this is the scenario that's going to play out. Until we hit the 0.618, we still have a valid fourth wave, which means that the fifth wave can still come and claim the low. As simple as that. There are liquidations at 96K. Yes, there's lots of liquidations at this level, and there's also lots of liquidations at this level at $94,700. Loads of liquidity lying, especially the $97,000, the $94,000, 700, 900 area. This zone actually has way more liquidity than this zone. Okay, I checked the liquidity heat map. Okay, so bringing this back onto the 1 hour time frame, Legends, is, let me just take this screenshot out the way. Okay, so now let me just take all the Fibonacci's and all the noise here out the way. If we are still going to make a 5-wave structure, okay, I'm not talking about this 5-wave structure, okay. I cannot count this as a 1, 2. This is the 5-wave structure that I'm talking about, because a Y wave, after you've completed a WX, your Y wave is allowed to be a 5-wave structure to the downside. So this is what I'm looking at. So, you know, I do see some people get confused to say that, well, Dewald, you said we're not allowed to build impulses to the downside. If we're going to build a 5-wave structure to the downside, that's an impulse, right? No, your 5-wave structure has to start from the high. And because I cannot count this as a 1, 2, 3, okay, it's not an impulse to the downside that's going to potentially come and bounce here at $85,000. Just a game of probabilities. I mean, the market is here to surprise us, Legends. We need to be prepared, and I will go through the bearish case scenario here as well. This is the zone, okay? I will go through this level in a moment, right? Because the market is here to surprise us. But, right, Legends, if I take a fib here from the low to the high, okay, what I do like about this level at the 0.618, we know how important this level is. It is a high bouncing zone. That's, where is my YouTube chat? Okay, that's me. I'm all that liquidity. Can you let me know what a good buy-in price on Ondo would be? Cutest girls, I will go through some altcoins in a moment once I'm done with the technical analysis here on Bitcoin. Because at the end of the day, right, I day trade Bitcoin. This is where I make most of my money. I trade up, I trade down, up, down. You know, you go up, you short, you long, you short, you wear bear bulls or bull bears, whatever you want to call it, right? I don't care whether Bitcoin is going to $200,000. I don't care whether Bitcoin is going to $50,000. All I want is volatility. And I trade the volatility from a day trading perspective. And I have made a live stream about I don't care. Right, so go and check that out. I don't care, right? Go check that live stream out. So legends, with the retracement here to the downside, if we continue the fall here to the downside, I think this is a very obvious area of support. Very obvious. It's also the entire range over here. So when I zoom out a little bit and look at this entire structure and I put a fixed range inside of this entire structure that we've built here to the upside, you can see the point of control where the most amount of volume was traded. Okay, the most amount of volume was traded is also in confluence with the 0.618. Bam. Okay, but it just looks too obvious. Okay, it just looks too obvious. So let's play out the obvious scenario. The most obvious scenario that I see over here is that price potentially continues to fall if we do create a 5-wave structure to the downside, and it bounces beautifully on this level and off to the races we go. Okay, and then I will consider an SFP from that low. So how I would trade this, I would wait for price. If I zoom into this little structure over here, okay, how I would typically trade this is I would wait for price to claim the low. Okay, I would then wait for price to start trading above the low. That is a sign of strength. As soon as price is trading above the low, that is a sign of strength. That is where my stop loss goes, and then I'm targeting the highs. Okay, someone is gossiping about me. My nose is itchy. Right? For me, that is how I would trade this scenario over here. But when too many people are watching an obvious level, point of control, okay, just maybe, what if it gets a little bit more aggressive to the downside? Then I'm watching this zone over here. Very interesting about the zone is that it's not in alignment with any FIB level. It's close to the 786, but it's like here in the middle of nowhere. And when I look at liquidity, I want to go to the liquidity heat map. Let's go to the, was it the 2 week, I think that I saw. Just want to see, let's load that up here quickly. Was not the 2 week. I think it was. Oh, I used a different model. Let's go to model 3. Let's go to 2 week again. Wait for that to load up. Okay, right here by $95,000. Okay, let's see, 95, right? $95,000 is this zone over here. This is 95, right? Between $95,000 and $94,000. Let's just give it a $1,000 range over here. We have a nice liquidity pool. Do you guys see that, right? At $95,000, we still have a nice liquidity pool that's in the middle of nowhere without alignment with any major Fibonacci levels. And you usually get bounces at levels where no one expects the bounce. So if things get aggressive to the downside and it's not a beautiful soft landing, which I've just explained like such, okay, what if we scare the crap out of everyone because now you're trading below this trend over here that I've just shown on the 4-hour time frame? But what I want to see, if price breaks down here, what I want to see is a wick left behind. It must leave a wick behind. It must literally dip in, grab the liquidity, and buying pressure must kick in like there's no tomorrow, leaving the body of the candle closes above the trend. And that's why I said, legends, here on the 4-hour time frame, it is quite normal to see a wick left behind. So if price finds continuation to the downside, you want to see a wick and you want to see price trading above the level again, which grabbed all of that liquidity. You still have acceptance back above the trend, and you could start building impulses back to the upside. So those are the two most important levels that I'm watching here to the downside for a potential long. Okay, either going to be the soft landing or the obvious level, or it's going to be this level over here, which I like more from a psychology perspective. And you might be asking, Dewald, where on earth do you get that level from? So first reason is there's liquidity. Okay. Second reason is we have a volume node, a high volume node at that level. So there was a lot, and you also have support above these highs. So a couple of reasons. You have a high volume node where a lot of volume was traded, and you know when a lot of volume has been traded in a specific zone, that's usually where you get a reaction. We got this little reaction from this volume node over here. We didn't even tap the major volume node yet. Okay, so what if price gets aggressive to the downside? You tap this volume node, you bounce on support of price action, you grab the liquidity that I've just highlighted, and it leaves a wick behind. To me, that will be a bullish sign. Okay, obviously, okay, if price consolidates below the trend and you start closing high time frame candles below the trend, and there's not a lot of buying pressure kicking in over here, I'm going to say, legends, we need to start being careful, because you could still go back up and then you fall down. Okay, I don't want to see high time frame candles, especially 4 hour and 8 hour and up candles close below the trend over here. So that's basically what I'm looking at. Smash up the like for the education, legends. This is where I teach and educate so that you know exactly what you need to look for as well. So two major areas of support, right, at $96,000 and at $95,000 is what I'm looking. Two major areas of support. If we do not successfully bounce from here, I'm looking at this little area, but it has to be quick. It has to dip down and get acceptance back above almost straight away. Okay, those little wicks that the price action leaves behind like this. Okay, I want to see that. That's what I want to see. The body must close back above the trend. I don't want to see body, 8 hour, 4 hour body candle closes in this zone over here. Then the bulls still have a nice little chance, which will then, contribute towards the probabilities that this whole structure here to the downside still looks awfully corrective. Okay, you can take this out the way. And that is if, okay, legends, I've now discussed the bouncing areas from the bottom, okay, potential longing opportunities. But as day traders, I just need to highlight, as a day trader, I am not a type of trader, okay? If I see this, I am not the type of trader that says I'm only going to take profits once we take the high. I am a type of trader, okay, if price had to come back down, I like to buy support and I like to sell when we start hitting resistance, okay? And you're going to start hitting resistance over here. That's obvious resistance, okay? Support, resistance. You have a resistance box over here. So if price dips down below, it gets acceptance back above. Guess where Dewald is taking profits? There. I'm taking profits there. I'm not waiting for the high. I pay myself as a trader, and I will leave some of the position open for higher levels. And if I get stopped out, I get stopped out with profits, because that's just what I do from a day trading perspective. Okay, unless I'm building a swing trade. Okay, but I don't like to swing trade Bitcoin. I like to swing trade alts, and I like to day trade Bitcoin because it respects the levels way better than any other crypto asset. Right, so legends, you are amazing, Dewald. Alpha reactions, thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. All I'm trying to do over here is to educate you. I'm going through these scenarios and explaining it to you as best as I possibly can so that you can do this by yourself. Okay, free education here on the channel. And I know I have legends, I think the most expensive course that I've bought, I can't remember the exact price. It was either $4,000 or $6,000 that I have paid for a crypto course during the previous bull cycle. And I can tell you guys now, it was a load of shit. Okay, I was so disappointed after I finished that crypto course because I was just like that. Like I knew it. Like you didn't teach me anything. And I think what frustrated me most about that super expensive crypto course is they taught me nothing about risk management. Okay, it's really difficult to find a channel out there that actually talks and teaches you how to exercise good risk management. Everyone talks about trading setups and how they would trade it, but very little people actually tell you how to manage your risk properly so that you can make more profits and lose less cash, because you are going to get stopped out. It's inevitable. Every trader, every successful trader gets stopped out, but it's about how little you lose and how much you make when you win your trades. So, legends, those are the levels that I'm watching. Then another level which I have highlighted, okay, if price, if I take a fib here from this little pivot to the low, okay, if price for some reason does not take the low and it finds support over here, somewhere in this zone, maybe at SFPs from this little pivot. I like that little pivot for an SFP, okay. It dips below, it gets acceptance back above, and it finds the strength to come and claim this high and taps the 0.618. Okay, that is going to increase the probabilities that you are going up. Okay, not in a straight line, because you could still get a rejection, make a higher low, and then continue. Okay, but that's going to be my clue that you are not forming a 5-wave structure to the downside, because the 4th wave is not allowed to tap the 0.618. And maybe not allowed is a strong word, legends. The hardcore rule in Elliott wave theory states, okay, this 4th wave is not allowed to go into the territory of your 1st wave. Okay, so some people will argue that even if you tap the 0.618, it can still be a valid 4th wave as long as you don't tap the 1st wave. Yes, I agree. But when you backtest impulses, okay, when you go and backtest these impulses on Bitcoin and you go and try and find an impulsive structure where the 4th wave has tapped the 0.618, I have not found any, not one. And that's why I'm saying it's a game of probabilities. So the probabilities significantly reduces that when the 4th wave taps the 0.618, you are not going to make an impulsive 5th wave to the downside. It's just a game of probabilities. But I mean, Bitcoin is here to surprise us. Maybe, you know, it taps and it falls down. We don't know, right? We don't know. And that's why we trade with good risk management. Okay, but for now, we are still dumping here to the downside, and I see my week's trade is actually still doing very, very well. Let me see. Yeah, week's trade, 22% in profit at the moment. And why did I get into this trade? Okay, for those of you that I do see some more people jumping onto the live stream, you might be asking me why and where did you short? Basically, the exact same thing that I've just explained to everyone is that your 4th wave has to reject between the 382 and the 50% Fibonacci. I have seen 4th waves reject at the 0.236. That I have seen. Very rarely, but I have seen it. This is your most common box for a rejection. Okay, so it still has, and I basically played the SFP from this high. Okay, so I looked at the 50% Fib level, right? That was part of my confluence. 50% Fib level, SFP from the high, and as soon as we got acceptance back below on the lower time frames, I put my stop loss above the high. As soon as we move into profits, that's what I do. I protect my position. Okay, so now, and I've already taken profits on the way down because I don't know, okay, if it's just going to start finding support and go again, right? I want to have profits. I did not work to get into a trade to walk away with nothing. Like, it's not how I trade. Okay, as soon as I get momentum in my favor, I take profits and I protect my position. Now it's a free trade. So if it goes down further, great. Okay, then I'll close my position once we get acceptance back above. So if you had to fall down here and I see a sign of strength, I will close my position. Done, I'm out. But then I've made more profits here to the downside. Right, legends. Hope you guys appreciate the education over here. Let's go through some comments. Okay, those are basically the scenarios that I see here on the price of Bitcoin, legends. Those are basically the scenarios, and I mean, I have spoken about this red box. Okay, before I dive into the comments, just to wrap this up here on the price of Bitcoin, been talking about Bitcoin for 45 minutes already. Okay, then we can dive through some of your favorite altcoins over here. Is that if we do find support, okay, I'm still keeping an eye on this box, okay, between $115,000, let's call it $116,000 and $113,000 for potential rejection. I want to see how price is going to react in this zone. Remember that price will be in price discovery. A lot of traders struggle when price is inside of price discovery. They just FOMO into the trade because they believe price is going higher and there's no resistance above. There's always areas that you can look at from a fib extension perspective. Okay. Right, legends. And then I want to quickly talk about the bearish case scenario. But before I go into the bearish case scenario, let me go through some comments. And I'm sure I'm only going to see people asking for altcoins. Do you think we go down to 95? High probability, 95? If this is where my probabilities will come from. I think if you take a fib here from the high to the low that we've made, if price does not take the 0.618 at $102,000, 472, okay, and it continues to fall here to the downside, I think that there is a chance that it will claim $95,000. Okay, but then, like I've explained, it needs to be bought up very quickly. Right? I do not want to see any high time frame candles below this trend because that will be bearish. So hope that answers your question. Can you take a look at DOT? I will go through altcoins in a moment. Dewald, 0.786 plus value area high range is another area of confluence if BTC fails at 0.618 level. Yes. Let's just quickly check that out. Yes. I actually thought about that scenario this morning. Daily money. I actually thought about that scenario this morning. I'm not sure. Can you guys see the comments that I bring up here on the screen? I think you can, right? If you take a fixed range profile from this entire zone, I know exactly the level that you're referring to. 786, okay? Let me clean this up. You take a fib from the low to the high, 786. Okay. Yeah, I don't see the value area low. Okay. At this level, unless you are talking about maybe only excluding the start of the range. Yes, then you have confluence. But if you look at the entire range, then you don't have confluence. So it just depends on where you pull your levels from. So, I mean, from this area over here, excluding this price action and just looking at this range, you do have confluence with the value area low at the 786, which is the maximum bouncing area, okay, for a bullish 1, 2, that's your maximum target. I just think if we're going to come all the way down here to $93,000, okay, you increase the probabilities significantly that you're going to come and claim this low because now you're back at the value area low. Okay. But this is where the bulls need to step in. In this zone, the bulls need to step in so quickly. Okay. They need to buy it up so quickly because if you start closing high time frame candles below this trend, remember, if you close high time frame candles below this trend, even if you tap the 786 and there are 8-hour daily candles below this trend, it's not going to look great. You increase the probabilities of taking this low, and this is now the bearish case scenario that I want to discuss. Right. What else? Thank you for sharing your knowledge, Zolta. Absolute pleasure. You are 100% right, Dewald. Your content is incredibly rare. I'm very grateful that I found you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Just remember to smash up the like button. That's all I ask. And also for you to support the channel even a little bit further. Weeks first link down in the description, where I also organize the best deal for you. Okay, so you look after me and I look after you. On weeks, the largest sign-up bonus, and you get 50% off your trading fees. All you need is an email and a password. I also have Bluffin. So from a leverage perspective, okay, if you want to trade some leverage where you only need an email and a password to sign up, those are your two options. Right, go sign up, come trade with me. Let's have some fun there on weeks. Right. Legends. Now, I want to talk about the bearish case scenario. AR is dead. No, I don't think AR is dead. I think most people are saying that about all the altcoins. Okay, we can go and have a look at AR. We can go and have a look at AR is actually a swing trade that I got stuffed out of. Okay, Dewald alt season cancelled. Right, let me just go down here. Dewald alt season cancelled. No, I'm not sure alt season is cancelled just as yet. Say liquidation at 0.21. Dewald, need to worry. Okay, I will go check out Say as well. AR as in Arweave. Yes, I'm very familiar with AR because I do have a very large spot bag of AR, and I actually got stopped out of my swing trade, and I will go through that in a moment as well. Please guide us on how to join your Discord and what are the benefits. Well, down in the description, okay, we have this little section over here, Legends Community, daily trading setups, where myself and Andy provide daily education. You have access to a masterclass that teaches you everything that you need to know about trading, all the trading strategies that we follow, including Elliott wave theory, volume trading, harmonics, swing failure patterns. Right, the list just goes on. I also do a private live stream most mornings, every morning, but most mornings inside of Discord. In the mornings, we also have coaches that's exclusive to the Legends Pro community that provide trading setups and education that do not do any posting on YouTube, so it's exclusive to the pro members as well. You also get research that gets provided 3 times a day. Basically, we have a research team that goes through all the X and social media and finds alpha and what is trending on Bitcoin and Rune and all your favorite altcoins. We have a degen report, and these researchers, they drop the alpha 3 times a day inside of the Legends Pro community. And this is the link where you need to sign up. Right. Okay, right, Legends, let me take this off the screen. Bearish case scenario. Okay, so let me clean up the chart a little bit over here. Bearish case scenario. Clean up the chart. Bearish case scenario for me is, well, we come back down. Let's go onto the 8-hour time frame. Okay, so bearish case scenario is we come and we claim this little pivot again. Okay, where I do see some people are saying, well, what if this is an A? We have now completed a B wave to the upside. Very strange for a B wave, but nonetheless, okay, it's a B wave that has taken the high in a flat. A flat basically means your corrective structure takes the high. It grabs the liquidity up above. And it comes down in an impulsive C wave to the downside that takes the low. Okay, so I've already explained to everyone why I see this not as impulsive based on this triangle and all the reasons. If you want to know why I don't see this as an impulse to the downside, because a C wave is a 5-wave structure to the downside. A C wave is always a 5-wave structure. It has to be a 5-wave structure. If it's not a 5-wave structure, it ain't no C wave. And it's only a C wave that's going to claim this little bad boy over here. Okay, so regardless, I have to play out the bearish case scenario. Okay, what if? Let's entertain it, right? Because if we do dip down there, we need to be prepared as a community. A, B, and we are going to fall down and claim the low. The most important level is this little puppy over here. That is the most important level. If I switch on my today analysis, that's also what I refer to as the range low. Okay, so after an impulse, that first little low that you make, price pulls back and it continues and you start a range as a very powerful level. Okay, very powerful. It actually played out over here, the short that we took. Okay, let me show you. I want to show everyone here on the 15-minute time frame. Let's go look at that structure very quickly, because I want to show everyone they play out so often. It's actually scary. Okay, the range low and the range high strategy. There was a range high, basically in the opposite direction, right over there. Okay, what happened? The rules for the strategy are simple. You dip to the downside. You dip to the downside, that first high that you make, and then price, just chops whatever it wants to do. As soon as price taps that level and it starts trading below, that's usually a short entry. And one of our coaches, Aiden, and including Andy, highlighted this trade Saturday in our Legends trading community. And I know a lot of people jumped into this trade. Okay, the rule for the strategy is very simple. You tap that pivot for the first time, it's not allowed to tap it again. So it's an easy trade because you enter and you immediately protect your position. Now it's a free trade to the downside because you want to be stopped out. Okay, because the rules for the strategy says if you tap the level for a second time, you increase the probabilities of filling the inefficiency, which is this, the inefficiency. So you want to be stopped out if it taps it for a second time, even if it does that and then it comes back up. You don't care. You want to be stopped out of this trade because we trade probabilities. Okay, so you can see here, you tap it, right? Price never came back and retested it. It just fell to the downside. Your target, your profit taking area is usually the lowest point inside of the range after you've tapped it. That's usually where you close your position. Okay, it's also something that I spoke about on Sunday when I did a private live stream. Okay, I think we were trading over here. We were coming back up. When was this? Sunday? Yes, we were coming back up here, and I told the legends, okay, the profit taking area is down here. And as long as we do not tap this level, you have a chance for lower levels. And okay, the rest is history. And the reason I'm showing everyone this is because on the larger time frame, now we have this. Bam, right? We have the range low. This is now in the reverse. So it usually is a strong area of support. So if this is a corrective structure here to the downside where we claim the low, right? This is the strongest area of support that we have. And what you want to see is price needs to tap it and go and not tap it again. Okay. And I can just imagine, right? You have to, from a psychology perspective, try and play this out in your mind. How bearish will the world be once this takes a dump here to the downside and we smack $85,000? No one is going to want to buy any of their altcoins. Most people most probably got liquidated with all their positions because they traded with too much capital. The world is going to be absolutely in chaos when we hit this level, which is the best buying opportunity, because as technical traders, we buy the fear. Like I did this morning, I bought some fear. Okay, because that's what we do. Well, that's what you're supposed to do as a technical trader. You buy the fear and you sell the greed. I don't see any greed at the moment. I see people very scared at the moment. Just want to close something here. People are very fearful at the moment. I have received messages from people saying that they've cashed out their entire altcoin portfolio. They can't take the emotional roller coaster anymore. And I usually take that as a sign. Maybe, I like to buy the fear. And if people are cashing out their altcoin portfolios, maybe it's not such a bad time to buy, right? But that's just the logic that goes through my mind, is that when people are scared, when people are fearful, when I see messages here in the live stream of people saying that I'm scared, I'm about to get liquidated, I'm not buying, I'm not touching altcoins anymore, right? That is usually the best place to buy or to load up or to buy the dip from a spot perspective. You buy the fear because for some reason people want to buy this and no one wants to buy this and no one wants to buy this and no one wants to buy this. Okay, when price does this, then people on the live streams on most YouTube channels are like, can I buy XRP? Can I buy 𝗖𝗿? Can I buy AR? Can I? And I'm going to be like, no, we are taking profits. Like I said in the intro, did you guys listen to the song? Okay, we are taking profits. Okay, over here because we bought over here or over here, right? Okay, legends, that is basically the technical analysis that I see here at the moment. What I also like, I just want to see something over here. You also have a nice little trend here to the upside. So if we do fall for some reason to the downside, okay, I will talk about that now. If we for some reason do fall here to the downside, you also have diagonal support, you have range low, and you also have Fibonacci levels, okay? Let me go check this out, right? You have the 382, a little bit further down, you have the depending on which pivot you use, okay? You also have the 50% if you use it from here, there. You have the 0.618, okay, if you use it from here. Because I just want to highlight something, legends. It's perfectly fine, okay, if price comes to this level. It's perfectly fine for price to dip. It can even go deep, but you want to see a wick left behind. Okay, sometimes it grabs the liquidity and it gets acceptance back above. Okay, it doesn't just have to tap the level. Sometimes you do get a large wick. Okay, you get that or that, right? As long as it leaves a wick behind and price trades above the level, that is still a great zone or a great long opportunity. Okay, legends, let's go through some more comments and let's go and have a look at some of your favorite altcoins. That's basically what I see here on the price of Bitcoin at the moment. Okay, just want to highlight something here quickly, and I'll most probably talk about this again. Okay, there is the chance, I think the highest probable scenario that I see playing out here, purely based on technicals, is, let me put this back on. I just want to close some of these things because it's making a mess. Right. Let's see if this is going to play out, legends. Based on technicals, okay, and the data that I have available today, I think this scenario has a higher probability. I think this scenario has a higher probability. And what I'm basically trying to illustrate over here is I think there's a higher chance to take the high before we take the low. If we get a successful rejection in this box that I've highlighted and it does successfully reject, okay, then, okay, you stand a chance to come and claim this low. If we do not get a successful rejection in this box, it could just continue and we continue the bull market to the upside. Right, so this zone, if we start finding support and we go up and we claim the high again, okay, that zone is going to be very important for potential rejection. And if we do not see, if I don't see any weakness and I see more bullish CVD and proof of resistance is failing us there at the top, then we're most likely going higher. Because you can also take, if this is a bullish structure, if this is indeed a bullish structure forming over here, you can take your trend-based FIP from the low to the high, and this is now the lowest point that we have. So if we dip down a little bit further, I will just drag this down to wherever the new price action is. But for now, this is the low, okay? So I want to highlight something over here. For price to successfully reject in this box, okay, it has to stop here by the 786, which is also when you take a FIP from this high to the low, it is between the 1.236 and the 1.382. Okay, so basically the 786 over here is where you want to see the rejection. If this is going to build a 1, 2, 3, look how high that's going to go. So it's going to be very important to see signs of weakness over here. And as price is grinding to the upside, if there's just continuous bullish CVD building up, no signs of weakness, $131,000 is definitely on the cards. Okay, right. Got a super chat over here. Are you into meme coins in the trenches? You know? No, I am not into Cornell, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Let me just get that off or out the way first. Really appreciate the super chat over here. But I am not a meme coin trader at all. I don't like meme coins. I don't like the hype. I don't like the volatility. I don't like the risk that it introduces. The only time you will ever find me buy these new meme coins that gets launched almost on a daily basis is if I want to gamble. Okay, if I want to take a chance on something, and you might get lucky a couple of times, but you might also lose a lot of times. I'd rather go to the casino and have fun and have a drink and spend some time with friends on a poker table, because that to me is gambling. Meme coins to me is gambling. The only meme coin that I have a large spot bag of is Doge. Because for me, Doge is not just a meme coin anymore, right? You've got Elon Musk constantly talking about it as a potentially going to be a payment for X. I don't know what the future holds. It's the largest and the first meme coin that was ever created. And so from a meme coin perspective, I have Doge. But I don't trade the hype on many of the other meme coins. So I do know that there are YouTube channels out there that focus heavily on meme coins. But it's just not my cup of tea. I don't enjoy gambling. Okay. I do like to go to, not even the casino, you know, I'll sometimes get together with friends or family, get a cigar, get some whiskey, and we play poker, and we put, you know, we play for jelly tots or Smarties or whatever the case might be. Not even for real cash. That I have fun with. That's gambling. Right. You have 𝗞𝗔𝗂𝗿 too. Okay. Dewald, can fourth wave could be small 5 waves to continue the fifth? I'm just trying to understand this comment. Let me just take this out the way. Dewald, can fourth wave could be small 5 waves to continue the fifth? I'm not sure I understand. Stefan, I'm not sure I understand your question. If you can maybe just rephrase your question. Dewald, please give some reassurance on 𝗖. Okay, let's go and have a look at some altcoins. Right, legends. Brett, I meant don't you? Yes, I do have Brett in my portfolio, but it's a small position. I have Brett, I have Myro, which I actually thought about cashing out Myro at some stage, but I still have it. So I have Brett, I have Myro, I have Dogecoin, but Doge, I have a nice position. The other ones, I'm just stuffing around. I do have spot bags, but it's not. If they go to zero, it's not going to be, you know, damaging to my portfolio by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, right. We better wait or buy in now. Right, let's go and look at 𝗖. Some people are asking for 𝗖 over here, and right, legends. For me, a structure is valid until invalidated. It's as simple as that. For now, on 𝗖, what I do like is this still looks impulsive. To the upside, let me go and switch on volume. Make sure that volume kicks in. Okay. What I still like about 𝗖, and I mean, that's just how I trade. You have more volume to the upside and you have less volume to the downside. Okay, which tells me that this is impulsive. This is still corrective. And what I like now is when you take a time fib from the low to the high, you want to see a balance in a corrective structure. And we have now finally passed the 0.382 that I have been talking about for weeks and weeks. Okay, this little low, that little low, I kept on saying it's made before the 382. It's too short for that to be the low. It's too short for that to be the low. But I am building up a small little swing trade because you just never know, the market is here to surprise us. But now we can see, legends, it played out, right? Well, not yet, but what I do like about this little low over here is that it's now made after the minimum time requirement from an impulsive to a corrective perspective. So if price, okay, I have to stress, I have a clear invalidation on 𝗖, and I'm willing to take the knock on the chin, like with Rune, like with AR. Okay, this is just a swing trade. It's not my large spot bags, and I'm not trading with my entire portfolio and just hoping for the best. Okay, we have now bounced here on the 786, the one zone that I told everyone. And you know, there's that saying that says, be careful what you wish for because you might just get it. Well, we got it. I told everyone I would like to see us claim those lows. And we did. We claimed the lows, and there was a lot of liquidity below these lows. Okay, people that played the breakout here to the upside that didn't take profits, where do you think they put their stop losses? hoping for the price to turn around, you know, to get that, hoping, and now they all got stopped out. Okay, so you had a massive pump to the upside, you got greedy, you didn't pay yourself, and now you got stopped out. So these to me is a liquidity hunt. That's the level that I wanted to see get hit. Okay, if, legends, you do not want to bleed out your account, if you are too scared to buy in over here, if you are not a buy the dip type of person, because I can tell you now that I bought that dip and I bought that dip, and this morning I bought a little bit over here, but it's not a large position at all. It is a 2x swing position, low leverage with a clear invalidation. Okay, always talk about my invalidation. If you are not willing to buy the dips and you are scared because it might do what Rune did and just falls down, okay, the best thing that you can do is sit on your hands and be patient and wait for the break of the trend. The trend that I will watch, okay, from a higher probable perspective is this one over here that I'm highlighting in red. Okay, this is the trend that you need, say, to break from a safe perspective. So if you are seeing the same that I'm seeing, is that this looks impulsive and this looks corrective, you are not willing to buy up the dips, okay? You want to benefit from the momentum to the upside, which potentially goes to claim the highs and even go to 1.8 or $1. Let's just call it $1, a nice round amount, because I do think it has the potential, if it can remain bullish and not take the low, it has the potential to go to $1, $1.2. Okay, you wait for price to break the trend. You wait for, say, to close high time frame candles outside of the trend. That is where I will get a little bit more aggressive. That is where I start throwing more serious capital at the trade. Not here. This is me just nibbling, because dips for me are made for buying. This is me just nibbling, okay? But if you don't want to constantly, you know, be underwater, wait for the break of the trend, wait for high time frame candle closes above, and then you also have a tighter stop loss. Okay. All that this strategy requires that I've just explained over here is patience. But people don't have patience. That's the problem. People, including myself, sometimes don't have patience. Okay. But what I have learned is that if price has not reached my minimum target, and as long as the low does not get taken, sometimes I do nibble at these little pivots. Okay. But I nibble with small amounts of capital. Not my entire portfolio at 10x leverage. I don't do that. Right. Once I see the break of trend, which tells me that momentum is starting to shift. Okay, it's a momentum shifter for me over there, and you start closing high time frame candles above. That's where I get more aggressive. Okay, and the reason I can be very patient with adding to my position over here is because of the expected move to the upside. It is absolutely crazy. If the structure plays out and I take a trend-based FIP, and let's just for argument's sake say that that is now the low, okay, I'm expecting, okay, a move to the 1.618 and even the 2 extension over here. Definitely a possibility if the structure can remain bullish and not take the low. That is definitely still on the cards for me. So I can be very patient down here because of what I'm expecting to the upside. I don't have to be aggressive down here, because I can tell you guys now, okay, sometimes the best trades that I take and the most amount of money that I make is not because of how low I caught the price action. It's because of the sign of strength that I'm seeing, and I continuously build my position to the upside. The more strength I'm seeing, I will add to my position. I'll play the small little breakouts on the 15-minute time frame, keep on adding to my position, compounding the profits, and you know, and by the time we get here, I have made a significant significant chunk of profits because I was looking at the strength and I was playing the strength to the upside, not trying to catch the bottoms the whole time. Okay, you have to change that mindset. Right, so that is 𝗖, legends. Then someone asked for AR. Let's go and have a look at AR. Let's look at AR over here. Okay, so this is now the swing trade that I got stopped out of. Okay, we were speculating, looking at the structure over here on the 4-hour time frame. We were speculating on this being an impulsive structure, and right, we've now taken the low. That is where my stop loss was, and I got stopped out. And guess what happened when I get stopped out? And this is the frustrating thing about trading, because I told everyone I am going to get stopped out. I'm not moving my stop loss, and I'm not adding to my position as price is falling, adding, and then I liquidate my position or my account. That's not how I trade. Okay. So if I go on to, or when I go onto the 12-hour time frame, now I'm trying to see, well, now this is not an impulsive structure, is part of the corrective structure because you took the low. So now I need to figure out, well, is this now potentially a WXY, where it's a larger 3-wave structure to the downside, like what Rune has done? Okay. I have not spent enough time on AR just as yet to try and calculate, well, you know, where's the, I need to go and count all the waves inside of here, and I'm not going to do it right now, legends. But the one thing that I am looking at is to say that, well, maybe, just from a high level perspective, is if this is W, because it's a clear pivot for me, and this is a X in a 3-wave structure, so that's X, this is W, and this is a Y wave. Okay, I can take a trend-based FIP from the high to the low to the high, and the 0.618 is a Y wave target, and we are still very far away. Okay, so either, you know, like I said, legends, I have not counted the structure in detail. There is a chance where we successfully now have swing failure from the lows, and that's usually a great zone to get in because of how incredibly tight your stop loss is. Look at this. Okay, someone actually in our Legends Pro community said that they got into this SFP from the low. Let me take that. Right, basically you have a tight stop loss, you entered over there, and right, if you get stopped out, you lose so little. You lose because of the risk management is absolutely crazy. Okay, because it could definitely recover. Wait for the break of the trend. Okay, because this is our line that shows us once the correction is done. Whether it breaks out from here or whether it falls down and then breaks out, that is usually the best place to build a position, because then momentum is shifting instead of trying to catch the bottoms the whole time. The only thing that I wanted to point out over here is that you might look at the structure on the 12-hour time frame, and I'm pointing out $8.6. If this is, and I will go and count the structures tomorrow, and I will talk about it again tomorrow. Okay, I just want to go and count all the waves and stuff properly. But if this is a WXY, okay, that is a Y wave target, and we have not hit it just as yet. So it's either going to recover from where it is right now, or it's going to reject and come and hit $8.6. And then it's still bullish, because I can still count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is still corrective, and this is just a WXY in a 3-wave corrective structure. You bounce on the 0.618, you are still forming a higher low compared to this low, and you continue momentum to the upside. And it actually looks more interesting on the log scale. I do like, when I go to the daily time frame, the weekly time frame, I do like to use the logarithmic scale. Okay, from a logarithmic perspective, look how the picture changes. Look how high we still are over here. Look how far the low is. When I take a normal FIP now from this low to the high, you can see that we have not even tapped the 0.618. We are dancing around the 50% FIP level over here. And this, where I have this little box, okay, that is my Y wave target. So if AR dips here to the bottom, you are still from this impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1, 2, 3 wave corrective structure. You tap the 1-to-1 extension, you tap the 0.618, definitely an area where price can rampage here to the upside in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get the point. So this structure is still bullish and it has not been invalidated. That's your invalidation. So the structure overall on AR still looks incredibly bullish. Even though we've taken the high, the low over here, I am still bullish on AR based on this structure. Okay. Right. Cool, legends. Let's go through some more altcoins and let's go through some more comments. Okay. Is someone posting as Dewald? Sorry, legends. I'm now a little bit confused. I see someone is posting. I just want to see something here with my link. Right, legends. I'm not sure what is happening over here, but I see someone is posting with my link here on. I'm just a bit confused. Okay, just a bit confused. I see someone is posting with my username. I'll just figure that out. I see it's not. It doesn't look fake though. Right, Rune, Tia, ADA, virtual. Please check Tia. Okay, let's go and have a look at Tia. I won't have time to go through everyone's altcoins, but I'll try my best when I discuss one to make it worth it. Right? Okay. And please remember to smash up that like button. And remember, all of these altcoins can be traded on weeks. Link down in the description of this video where you get one of the largest sign-up bonuses, 50% off your trading fees, and all you need is an email and a password to sign up. Right, alts are only for people that hit the like button. Yes, Mr. SGS, definitely. I only look at your altcoin once you've hit the like button. Okay, definitely. Right, which one were we going to look at over here? Was it Tia? Okay, let's have a look at Tia. We can go and have a look at Rune now as well. I mean, on the lock scale, okay, you have a low, you have a high, and price is still consolidating inside of the golden zone. Okay, from a logarithmic perspective, I just want to see what it looks like on regular. You actually tap the 0.88, but I mean on the larger time frames, I like to look at the log scale more. So this to me is the trend that needs to be tracked. That is your trend. Okay, wait for the breakout. And it is hitting the floor, right? I do like this little, where the selling pressure is getting exhausted. I do like that Tia is hitting the floor over here. Okay, and if Tia can dip below and get acceptance back above and you play that breakout, okay, that's already going to be your bullish sign over there once you break this trend. Okay, then you could potentially play the breakout before the bigger breakout happens, because you know, guys, I think once it breaks this trend, it's going to accelerate to the upside. Okay, so you want to be in before it breaks this trend. And you know, usually dips are made for buying, and it's usually great buying opportunities. So from a logarithmic perspective, okay, this is unfortunately the only low that I have, and there could be other price action prior to this. So maybe there's other price action, I don't know, but this is the low that I have here on the chart. This is the high that I have, and right, you will still be bullish on Tia even if you hit $3.18. That is still a bullish bounce. Okay, it would be nice to claim this little pivot. Okay, this is what I would love to see here on Tia, is that this little pivot over here, if it can dip below and get acceptance back above, okay, starts trading above this level over here, that will be a nice little bullish sign. But on the regular scale, okay, I know I like to jump between regular and logarithmic. It's just my style of trading and doing analysis. I trade the regular, and I like sometimes to do analysis on the log scale because it shows me whether there's still chance for bullish momentum, is just, you know, wait for the break of the trend. There's your trend. That's your smaller trend and the momentum that I'm tracking to the downside. Wait, sit on your hands, be patient. If you don't know what to do over here and you're too scared, just wait. You can be very patient. Okay, so it's not time to do anything just as yet. If you don't like buying the dips and DCAing into your portfolio, where we buy the dips and you buy the dip and you buy the dip, right? If you're not that type of person, wait for the break of the trend and wait for high time frame candles to close outside of that trend. Okay, because then you'll know where to put your stop loss and you'll have a much better confirmed trade to the upside. Let's go have a look at Rune. Rune, USDT. Choop. Okay. Here we go. Rune. Okay. I really see this as a WXY, legends. It looks so WXY to me. Okay, you will see I have so many scenarios. We have the B flat. We have stuff. What is my stuff? Oh, I counted this wave here to the downside. I mean, I know it looks messy, legends. I do know it looks messy, but this structure here to the upside is incredibly bullish. The one thing I just want to highlight, okay, it doesn't matter how bullish the structure is to the upside. If there is shit happening in the project, and sorry for my French, if there's shit happening in the project, if the project team makes mistakes, if the CEO makes mistakes, okay, and there's big crap happening in the project, it doesn't matter how bullish the structure to the upside is gonna fall. Okay, because your structure shows you the health of the project as well. So from a technical perspective, I can tell you guys where the best technical levels are to expect a bounce to the upside. But if there's more FUD and more crap going to come out of Rune, it might still continue to the downside. But in saying that, from a technical perspective, this is incredibly bullish to the upside. You have the most amount of green volume here to the upside. And guess what? This low is still very far away from this low over here. So this is still a bullish structure, of which this is a WXY to the downside. And we have just tapped the 0.618, which is a Y wave target. Then I went into a lot of detail and I went and I counted this structure here to the downside. So let me zoom in. Okay, I need to zoom in a little bit. Let's go to the 4 hour. Okay. So on the 4 hour time frame, this is what I was looking at. I know it looks a little bit messy, so let me just take some of the noise here out, delete that trend. Delete that trend. Yes, I can put this all back after I'm done, right? So I wanted to see, is this an impulsive wave to the downside or is it still a corrective wave to the downside? And what I could figure out is ABC, 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 and potentially the low is in, okay? Not the low, it can still get choppy, 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 but you want to see price going sideways. It should not go down anymore. Okay, because also when I take, okay, a fib extension measuring this wave to the downside in a 3-wave structure, we have just hit the 1-to-1 extension. And you can go to the 1.236 as well, $1.2, okay? If it takes the low and it goes down a little bit further, it's perfectly fine for Rune to find support at $1.244. Right, so this does count correctively to the downside and not impulsively to the downside. This is what I'm trying to highlight over here. Also, when I go onto the daily time frame, take the stuff out the way, just clean up the chart. I go onto the logarithmic scale. I just want to show you guys something, okay? And I zoom into this incredibly bullish structure to the upside, and you take a Fibonacci from the low to the high. Guess what? We have just tapped the 0.618. it's still an incredibly bullish target. When you have an impulse and you have a correction that taps the 0.618, guess what? You can continue momentum to the upside, claim the high, and just go into price discovery. Who knows, right? But you do have a maximum target. What you want to see, if this is a 1 and is forming a 2, this needs to be your maximum target, $1.3 on Rune. If it goes down and it taps the 0.88, then you increase the probabilities of taking the low. But for now, we have now tapped the 0.618 for the first time. And look at what happened when we tapped the 50% FIB level for the first time. We got a massive bounce here to the upside. So I wouldn't be surprised if Rune finds support, but I want to see it consolidate. A bullish sign for me on Rune, okay, would be for price to start doing this. It needs to go sideways. That is a bullish sign. Okay, it's most likely then going to break the trend, and then I'm going to say, okay, right, maybe I'm going to consider opening up another swing trade here on Rune where I got stopped out, because that's where I got stopped out. Okay, speculating on this being a bullish structure, then all the FUD came out with this high volume, okay, and high volume candles like this is, right, without taking FUD into consideration, high volume candles like this is usually considered the end of something and the beginning of something new. So perhaps this is the end of something and it's going to start something new back to the upside. Right, so that's basically what I see on Rune. I do see that we have a super chat here in the house. Let me just go back up here. I did see a little super chat. Let's see. Super chat. Thank you so much, Mapes, for the super chat. Can you please look at ADA, looking for a buy entry around 82, 83? Is that realistic? Let's go and have a look at ADA. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. Let's go and have a look at ADA. I might have to search for it. I can't just see it here off bar. There we go. ADA. Let's do it. I must say, ADA looks like, okay, it's already had a big pump to the upside. I'm not saying it can't go higher, but it does look like it has. You remember I showed you Rune, I showed you AR. Look at where ADA made the low. Okay, this is the structures that I'm now talking about on Rune, on AR, on 𝗖𝗿. Okay, they have not done this yet. They haven't done this. So we want to get in here so that we can benefit from this move to the upside. Okay, ADA has already done it. So if this, now you have to consider, if this is a 1, 2, 3, and it's busy building the fourth wave over here, because I remember the 4 can move, okay? If it keeps on consolidating, and it makes another low, that will be your fourth wave, and I'm expecting another fifth wave to the upside. But then the problem, okay, problemo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you get after a fifth wave? You get that. Okay, so you are potentially buying in at a coin that's already pumped hard to the upside, and I do see better opportunities, but there's still money to be made. And also we don't know how aggressive the fifth wave can be, because the fifth wave can also be an extended fifth wave. We just don't know. It's impossible. No one has that crystal ball. What we do know is, from a technical perspective, I can count a 1, 2, 3. Fourth wave is either in already, or it's still going to make another low. Okay, but then I'm still expecting one more leg to the upside in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then guess what? A deeper correction. So ADA is just not one that I will invest into right now. From a day trading perspective, yes, by all means, you can day trade the crap out of it. Okay, there's a nice little trend forming. You wait for the break of the trend, right? There's your trend forming over there. Let me just make it white. Right, you wait for the break of the trend. Maybe there's something better on the smaller time frames. Who knows? Okay, maybe that's your trend over here. If you want to catch the breakout on the smaller time frames, you wait for the break of that trend. And Right, that's basically the technical analysis here on Mr. ADA. Right, what is Bitcoin doing? Is it still falling? Still holding on? Okay, legends, I have unfortunately run out of time. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. Remember to smash up the like on your way out. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe for future notifications. And maybe before I go, let me play you my new favorite song, right? Let me play you my new favorite song because I love it.
Big move in Bitcoin then. In contrast to all the notes I wrote pre-show, which were telling me that this was going to put Bitcoin under pressure.
The narrative that perhaps this launch of these political meme coins will sap flows from Bitcoin is showing us that is really not the case this morning. If anything, it's just accelerated the momentum and the excitement around cryptocurrency under another Trump administration. But that Trump coin this weekend...
Hello?
Yes, Dewald. I was just wondering, what's all the hype about? Should I buy Bitcoin now?
Yes, I think you need to start watching my show. Yeah, I think you need to watch my show.
Okay, cheers, legends. Have yourselves a fantastic evening, afternoon, or morning from wherever you are from the world. Until the next one, cheers for now.